my parents were hippies, so my name is actually Stoney, where his is Mike Stone.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
How did you do that? All right, well, what do you got, Stoney?
So, first off, I'll start by saying I knew the Lions weren't going to win today. There's no way. So I wasn't worried. I wasn't, mad that they lost. I was glad that they kept it, together. We throw out the first half, throw out the safety, throw out everything. When it comes down to that third play, you got 2 timeouts and under a minute to go in the game. You run it, you get the first down, you call the timeout right away, shots at the end, you're done. If you don't run it, you let the clock run down all the way till a couple seconds left. You call a timeout, you kick it for the field goal to go in, to tie it up to go into overtime. The coach is supposed to give his team the best chance to win. It's like he calls. I don't get it. Like, look at the Green Bay team. You go for that fourth line, give Aaron Rodgers half of the field, and he gets a couple of they should have lost that game because they didn't. Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. Why do you pass it on 3rd and 1?
Well, and actually, he didn't have 2 timeouts. He had 3 timeouts when at the point where you were talking about it at the end of the 4th quarter. So even more of a reason to run it. And then with about 30 seconds to go, you call timeouts. And like you said, there were opportunities to take shots at the end zone to win the game. And we know that Dan Campbell likes to bite kneecaps and go for the win.
I know,
but
like you feel like you're on a carnival ride.
Playing not to lose and ended up losing. So it almost didn't even fit his characteristics. His character.
But still, if you play for the tie, or even if you're trying to win it on that play, 3rd and 1 yard, everybody calls a run. There's nobody that calls a pass. Like, that to me is just unbelievably suspect. It's like he's really trying to lose for draft picks or something.
Right, and if you are going to pass, we know the one guy you throw to is the guy who always converts on 3rd down, and that's St. Brown. You're not airing it out to DJ Chark.
All the construction is done up
Correct.
this way.
It's Dan Campbell's fault, 100%.
I appreciate the phone call, Stoney. He went ham on Dan Campbell. 248-539-9797. How about we talk to T in Ypsilanti? You're on 97 on the ticket.
Hello?
Hey, T.
What's going on, brother? You all right?
I am. Thanks for calling in. What you got?
Yeah, I'm not all right, man. It's Dan Campbell. The guy at this point, I mean, he's a player coach. I give him that. You know what I mean? And he does have a voice playing. I give him that. But players play. They might make bad plays in the game. They have. You got to get over it. But they don't make final decisions. He's the coach. He makes a final decision. It's terrible. For a long time, it's the same thing. Early people, what? It's all for nothing. It's a lot to play. You got to throw line, get used run behind the next brother, my friend. Do that, do it. You get what you twice exactly. Exactly. You get first down, you let the guys play more football. You have to play. Brad Holmes is giving us a play. I'm not going to knock Brad Holmes. I think he's giving us a play. On the O-line, D-line. We got a little linebacker. Let's get right break.
Yes, I do. Oh, yeah, I was just checking.
We're not going too bad. We're not playing position on them. But you're not giving them a chance to go in with your decision. And that is your issue. As you are the coach. Championships are the coach, not players.
I mean, it's a combination, but I think you're right when it comes to today's game. I think there was some things that had go in Campbell's favor, but I mean, in crunch time at the end of each half, that's when he did the things that seem to be upsetting you right now and upset, I think, a lot of Lions fans. And with the difference between them getting that W and walking away with a loss.
That's when you have to leave. That's his turn. That's his turn. It's not their turn. When it's time to leave, you're the coach. You leave the young man. You put them in some position. That's when it is game. That's what I did. Look for somebody else. Don't
Did you
do
eat
that,
any
I
of the
did.
potatoes?
Yeah, don't do that, I did. That's what it is.
Were they?
With a defense like this, don't lose. Don't lose, man.
Well, and you know what? If you look at what transpired throughout the game, appreciate the phone call. They kept the Diggs in check for most of the game. And then in the fourth quarter, when it came to winning time, Josh Allen was able to hit Diggs time to time. And of course, on that last drive, the one guy you think you should cover the most is Stephon Diggs. And it seemed like there were a couple of guys in the area, but Josh Allen decided to fire a strike to him anyway for 36 yards over the middle, and boom, they're in field goal range in one play. And then Josh Allen runs it twice more to make sure that it's not, a 50-plus yarder. It was great football by two great players. And the coaches had to scheme that out, and they did. 248-539-9797 is the phone number. Lions lose 28-25. They're in a familiar spot, being that they're 4-7, well below 500. A lot of folks are blaming Dan Campbell for this loss. I am too. I want to know who you blame. We'll also get to perhaps a different way to look at today's game coming up next. And I want to know what you guys think about that Taylor Decker quote where he said after the game, "These aren't the bleeping same old Lions." Meanwhile, I'm looking at the record and see that they're 4-7. You agree with your starting left tackle or not? I am Brian Chapman, 97.1 The Ticket.
The Black Friday sales event is on at Galliana's Family Dodge. Our huge new and used inventory are all marked down with huge discounts. Brand new 22 Dodge Durango GTs now leased for $233 a month for 24 months. This is a 7-passenger all-wheel drive Dodge Durango, just $233 a month. 22 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 with 20-inch wheels, now $249 per month. A Ram Bighorn 4x4, just $249 a month. We're loaded with used Rams and are making deals for the best selection, price, and sales experience. You gotta go to Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram, Metro Detroit's largest Dodge dealer on Van Dyke Avenue and 11 Mile, just north of 696. Or go to VanDykeDodge.com. Sale is this month, so hurry in and drive the new Durango 7-passenger from $233 a month, or a well-equipped Ram 4x4 for $249 a month. Only at Galliana's Van Dyke Dodge and Ram, Metro Detroit's largest Dodge dealer for a reason. Ram lease for 39 months, both with factory employee discount, order loyalty at $39.95 to signing home debates stimulus.
This moment is brought to you by Mega Millions. You're 6 numbers away from your moment. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $284 million.
This Odyssey.com Sports Week is brought to you by Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love you too.
We're off with an Odyssey Sportsman. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Obviously, the holiday is known for food first, but football isn't far behind. I hope you guys will enjoy both at some point this week. If you're lucky enough to be off and play your cards right, you can do nothing but eat and watch games until Monday. Someone wants to go shopping? Fake an eating-related injury, like a D-lineman trying to slow an up-tempo offensive attack. It's our time, sports watchers. Don't be afraid to get creative to get in front of the television. I'm Andrew Perloff. Hey, Jim Rome here. If you want to experience the unmatched flavor of natural live fire grilling, then look no further than the Big Green Egg. Forget the pellets, the propane, the knockoffs. Roll with the best. An authentic Big Green Egg grill backed by a free lifetime warranty. Yes, lifetime. It's that good. Grill, roast, smoke, or bake. It is easy to light. It's simple to use. Shop online for free home delivery at BigGreenEgg.com. That's delivery to your door by a dealer in your community. Go to BigGreenEgg.com.
Come on, we're gonna be late to the cookout. I was just packing up my famous mac and cheese. I hope you packed the Pepto too. Huh? Pepto-Bismol provides fast relief from heartburn and indigestion. You know, that uncomfortable feeling after you eat too much? And after the deviled eggs, baked beans, and barbecue ribs? You're gonna need it.
Barbecue ribs. I should probably pack an extra shirt too.
Good call.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion,
Pepto-Bismol. Use as directed to keep out of reach of children. Tomorrow. The biggest World Cup showdown kicks off on Fox. Christian Pulisic leads the Stars and Stripes against the unstoppable Harry Kane and global powerhouse England. Team USA face their toughest test of the tournament with everything on the line and a chance to shock the world. USA, England. Coverage begins tomorrow at 1 Eastern on Fox.
Football fans make this Thanksgiving one to remember with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because when you bet an NFL same-game parlay from now through November 28th, all customers get up to $100 in free bets, win or lose. Just bet an NFL same-game parlay or same-game parlay plus of at least $20. The bigger you bet, the more you'll get back in free bets. NFL same-game parlays are the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance at a larger payday. Build your own or choose from one of the popular same-game parlays pre-built for you on FanDuel's top-rated sportsbook app. Whoever you want to play, get up to $100 in free bets, win or lose. When you bet an NFL same-game parlay in 4 legs or more, sign up with the promo code DON. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Maximum free bet $100. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problems, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help.
The latest news and information on the Big Ten on the 5 Star Zone podcast with Rico Baird. Get it on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I said it before the game, like, this isn't the same Lions anymore. We're going to go out there and we're going to get our respect. And we're going to earn that respect.
There's Taylor Decker. He says that they're not the same old Lions because they're going to go out there and they're going to get their respect. But when you get the respect, then we can talk about it. But you don't get the respect by being 3 games below 500. I see this ticket text from Phil and Taylor. Chapman, you say they're the same old Lions 365 days a year with no rhyme or reason why. Oh, man. I can stop the ticket text right there. But the ticket text goes on. They win at SOL. They lose in their SOL. When aren't they SOL? Well, Phil and Taylor, as I've said multiple times, they are the same old Lions until proven otherwise. And a 3-game winning streak certainly does not prove them otherwise because guess what? Since 1957, they've had multiple 3-game winning streaks. They've had winning streaks longer than 3 games. And they've still been the same old Lions. So yes, they can win a game or 2 or 3 in a row and still be the same old Lions. But it's until proven otherwise. And sitting here with a 3 games below 500 record suggests that they are strongly, still firmly in the grip of same old Lions. And I'll also explain to you, and maybe you weren't listening, and that's okay. Can't listen to every episode. Can't listen to 97.1 The Ticket 24/7. Not even our program director listens to 97.1 The Ticket 24/7. But here's the way I define the Lions not being the same old Lions anymore. It's not win a playoff game, and it's certainly not. I'm just sick of the label. Stop saying it, Chappie. One of 2 things needs to happen. Either A, they win a Super Bowl, or B, in a 5-year span, they win 3 playoff games, but not all in the same year. And the reason I say not all in the same year is because you want to make sure that it's not a fluke. Now, if they win a Super Bowl and it's a fluke, that's okay because you win the ultimate championship and you can say you're better than every team in the NFL that particular year, then I don't think anybody cares if it's a fluke or not. I don't care if it's a fluke or not. You won the championship. But in terms of, well, if they just win a playoff game, they're not the same old Lions anymore. No, because guess what? They tried that stunt one time in the 1990s, in 1991, and it was a fluke because they haven't won a playoff game since then. And that's why I say in a 5-year span, win 3 playoff games, but not all in the same year. You do that, you're consistently a good team, and you're no longer the same old Lions. But until then, SOL, until proven otherwise, Phil, and everybody else. From Tom and Lapierre. Campbell clearly needs a clock manager on the sideline with him. He appears to have no clue what he's doing at the ends of halves. Who disagrees with that? And then one more. Look, Chapman, Jared Goff is by far the problem. Can't trust the guy in big moments. There were 2 receivers open on that 3rd and 1 pass to Chark. Yeah, I don't understand why he wouldn't try to hit St. Brown, who was open and is always open on 4th downs and 3rd downs when they need to convert. Now, before I get back to your calls to ticket thing, after the win on Sunday to get to 4-6, which was still multiple games below 500, there were a lot of slapping and full fours. They were talking about how many more winnable games were left on the schedule and how they were definitely in the playoff picture despite being multiple games below 500. And when those slappies called in and were speaking their points about the win against the Giants after the game on Sunday, I asked them, well, does this mean that the Lions are going to go out and beat the Buffalo Bills? And they said, yes. All of them. Not all the fans, but all the slappies said, yes, we're going to beat the Bills. They were wrong. So those individuals are stunned because what they assumed was going to happen did not occur. But for the rest of us, what happened today wasn't a surprise, whether it was a blowout loss or was an SOL choke at the end. But considering the Lions were a 9.5-point underdog, and they lost on a last-minute field goal to a Super Bowl contender, you could also look at this loss and say, that was a rock-solid moral victory. Now, some fans out there want to raise the bar unnecessarily high for a team that's multiple games below 500 and say there's no moral victories, one ride, you either win or you lose. And that's okay when you're talking about the standings. But everything isn't about the standings, especially when you are a bad football team with a below 500 record that's multiple games below 500. Sometimes you got to look at signs of progress. And a lot of times people say that I don't look at things as a sign of progress. So I want to know from you guys at 248-539-9797 for calls and ticket text. You play the Buffalo Bills at home on Thanksgiving. Before the season, everybody circled this game as a loss. Once they got on a paltry 3-game winning streak, a few of the slappies were gargling their Kool-Aid and saying, oh no, we're going to win this game. And they ended up having a 4th quarter lead and losing it on a last-minute field goal. Do you look at this as a rock-solid moral victory, or are you devastated because you see this as just a regular old loss? I look at this as a moral victory. I don't think that this loss to the Bills stunts all the momentum that they had from the 3-game winning streak. I don't think that all of a sudden you should just look at this and say a loss is a loss. It's not the same thing as if they lose in the same manner 10 days from now or 11 days from now to the Buffalo Bills. I'm not the Bills, the Jacksonville Jaguars. You hung with them, and this is not like a garbage time. You're down by 16 points and you throw a touchdown to barely cover the spread. This was neck and neck the whole game. I think that is a moral victory. Now, it might not amount to anything. They might lose the next 2 or 3 games in a row, but there's nothing wrong, I think, if you're a well below 500 team and you almost beat the Bills at home saying, hey, we played hard, grit, let's give them credit. That's a moral victory. Headed in the right direction. 248-539-9797. Let's talk to Les in Detroit. You're on 97 on the ticket.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, Les, what you got?
Hey, I had a couple of points. That's what I hope so long. Let's get to them. So I don't blame anybody for the loss because if you look at a team and say this team is better, it's the reason why you think the team is better. It's not because of coaching decisions and late game management and all that stuff that these salty Lions fans are talking about. When you have a roster that's not better than the other roster, that means only way you can win is you come up with turnovers and turnovers. The Lions, when they fumbled that ball, that was their chance of winning that game. That's what you can't do against the teams like Buffalo. But my point to these chaps is, this game means nothing. It's the Jacksonville. Can we beat Jacksonville? If we don't beat Jacksonville, that's the same Lions. How can we lose to Buffalo and it's the same Lions? If we lose to Jacksonville, that's the same Lions. No team in the NFL is undefeated. So that means every team loses. Detroit has lost 7 games. 2 of the 7 games they lost, no DeAndre Swift, no
means you don't understand a rebuild. It means that you cannot just turn around and be in the playoffs from 1 year to the next. It takes time to build. I remember Dallas, they were 2 wins, they won 2 games, then they went to the Super Bowl back in the day. I have never really seen that happen. Look at Cincinnati. They were bad for the longest until they got Joe Burrow. The Lions are heading in the right direction, but if you can't leave the pass out of it, you cannot appreciate what you're seeing. Now, if they lose to Jacksonville, everything you're saying today, you're right. If they beat Jacksonville, then beat the Jets, then beat the Panthers, you keep talking about playoffs. You look at the playoffs, you're really battling with Seattle. Well, Seattle is the 8th seed. They're 6-4. You don't think Seattle can lose 3 in a row? That means you got faith in Seattle.
Well, they don't have to. They don't have to lose 3 in a row. But that would have to happen, and the Lions would have to win 3 in a row. And the Lions have proven they're a bad team. So losing 3 in a row, or even losing 2 out of 3, is not outside of the realm of possibility.
Okay, I got one more point for you.
Right.
Then I'll let
Make it quick.
Okay, the Lions are a bad team, right, to you. And their schedule, they have faced the hardest schedule in the NFL than any other team. 8 teams they have faced are in the playoffs. And out of those 7 losses, 5 of those games is about 1 touchdown. And you telling me that's not something to say, maybe they're on to something? When a lot of teams like the Giants have faced probably 2 playoff teams, it's like you're not looking at the other teams. You're not looking at their schedule.
I get that they played some tough teams. Appreciate the phone call, but they just keep on losing to them. And when you're a bad team, obviously you face better teams, you're going to lose to them. But that's whether they're facing great teams or whether they're not facing great teams. One thing you can count on as a constant for a bad team is that they lose. And just because this is not like college football where you got one team is Rutgers and they're supposed to lose every single game. The margins are closer, which is why a team like the Lions almost won today. 248-539-9797. What you think about what Les had to say? Or your feedback next year on 97 on the ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by North Bloomfield Properties. Eastbound I-94 at 12 Mile in Roseville is blocked by a collision. Traffic backed up to I-696. That's been there for quite a while, expected to still be there for a bit. Nearest alternatives to 94 are Gratiot, Little Mac, and Harper. I'm Julia Deal with traffic. If you're looking for a place to call home, let North Bloomfield Properties find the best place for you and your family. We also provide pre-screened quality tenants to our property owners. We love to match good people to good homes. Contact us today, northbloomfield.com.
I'm Jim Rodriguez here to help you beat the books with BetQL. LSU is hanging on to hopes for a playoff spot as they gear up for a trip to College Station, but they can't afford to slip up against the Aggies. The BetQL model thinks A&M at least keeps it close as a 10-point dog. BetQL has Aggies plus 10 as a 5-star best bet. They think this number should be Texas A&M plus 3. I'm Jim Rodriguez. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
For the latest holiday tech gifts at great prices, Staples has you covered.
I need unbeatable prices on tech for everyone on my nice list.
Staples has you covered with the hottest tech gifts at Black Friday prices. Right now, the new Apple AirPods Pro 2nd generation is just $199 with the Staples Connect app. Plus, save up to $330 off HP, Lenovo, and Asus laptops. The latest tech gifts are at Staples, the working and learning store. Offers end 11/26. Limit 1 on AirPods. AirPods sale price $229 without app offer. In-store only.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees since 5 COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales.
We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
Come to Lady Jane's for an award-winning haircut experience and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Get the latest insights and best bets on the NFL and NCAA action this weekend on Cash the Ticket with Valeni and Costa. Get it on Odyssey or wherever you get your podcasts. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Brian Chapman on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, and we move into the 7 o'clock hour here on the Same Old Lines Thursday. Lions lose their annual Thanksgiving Same Old Lines Thursday game for the 6th consecutive year, this time 20-25 to the Buffalo Bills. And we got a few things that we're throwing at you tonight. Number one, who do you blame for the loss? A lot of folks, including myself, are blaming Dan Campbell. What the heck was he doing at the end of the first half? What the heck was he doing at the end of the second half? Those critical clock management mistakes, the decision to call for a pass as opposed to a run on 3rd and 1, cost the Lions the game. A game that they probably shouldn't have been in the first place, but they played well enough to be in the game. But those mistakes cost them points and they lost. And by the way, when Jared Goff got sacked for the safety, why in the heck did they call a play that allowed him to scramble around in the pocket for a long time as opposed to a quick hitter, and if nothing's there, throw it away? Additionally, Taylor Decker after the game, fire up that quote real quick. Taylor Decker after the game, he apparently does not agree with some of the things that I like to talk about on this show. He wants to just be able to speak things into existence as if he is LeVar Ball. Here's what he said after the game. I guess my producer.
I said it before the game. Like, this isn't the same old Lions anymore. We're going to go out there and we're going to get our respect. And we're going to earn that respect.
He said some bad, foul language, but he said they're not to believe in the same old Lions anymore. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the record, it's 4-7. What's more SOL than that? That's 3-8. But do you agree with Taylor Decker or not? And then also, while the Lions did lose, they were supposed to lose big according to the experts, and they were up with under 3 minutes to go. They lost on a last-minute field goal. I look at this as a moral victory. Is that fair or not? Do you see this as just a regular old loss, or do you say, I'm going to look at this from a positive standpoint and say, we fought tooth and nail with one of the best teams in the league. This is a rock-solid moral victory, and I'm not going to be down about it. Sure, I wanted to win. Sure, I wanted an actual victory, but this is a rock-solid moral victory. I don't think there's anything shameful to say about that.
Man, I didn't
shame. And you almost won. Take the moral dub. By the way, at 7:32, we got Chappie's Choice for the game on Saturday. Chappie's Choice for the game on Saturday. Some bets that I really like with regards to that game. 248-539-9797. How about we talk to Jay and Inkster? You're on 97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Chappie. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, Chappie. Thanksgiving to you.
Good. Now, I just want to say, I'm looking at the glass half full, right? On one hand, I see a lot of young talent like Ross Rodriguez, that guy Houston, everybody, the young core stepping up, actually making plays today. And then on the other hand, I'm looking at, Dan Campbell and him doing the same old bonehead, making the same old bonehead decisions that he made before. With that being said, I just don't understand that you had stopped the Buffalo Bills with about 6 minutes left in the game, 5 or 6 minutes left in the game. You had the ball, and you go out there and call them 3 straight pass plays. Not trying to milk the clock, not trying to do anything to run time off the clock and get first downs like you should. this guy go out and call 3 straight pass plays. And when you get the ball deep into their territory, 3rd and 1, you want to go out there and throw a bomb to DJ Clark. DJ Clark doesn't even have a long ball game. He hasn't been known for that all season. And you know, like one of your previous callers touched on, you got to put your team in a position to win. That means, you know, being able to control the clock, being able to know when to and when not to take the points and go for it on 4th down. It's a lot of talent on that team, and the defense has stepped up big time. But it seems like Dan Campbell goes out there and try to be too aggressive, and you know, end up screwing them over in the end. And it didn't seem like he was playing to win today.
Well, I wasn't sure what he was trying to do at the end, because on one hand, when you're throwing a bomb, then obviously you're being aggressive. But at the same time, why are you calling a timeout and acting like you're trying to play for a field goal? It seemed like one play he was trying to go for the win. The next play he was trying to milk the clock out and not give the Buffalo Bills more time. It didn't fit with what we know Dan Campbell to be, and that's an aggressive guy who's always trying to win. And if he just got to the 1st down, then you got a chance to win.
It's like, what do you train for? What do you tell your offensive linemen? Move your feet, move your opponents back a yard, or inch, whatever you can do to make sure you make a hole. You got Jamal Williams out there averaging about 4 yards per carry this game, and you can't get 4 yards.
2 more hours.
You need to do something. Amon-Ra St. Brown was the most consistent player we had today on that offense, and that guy, it's like you know that's your top target to go to on 3rd or 4th down when you need a few yards to get that first down.
Just about 2 minutes away.
So you disregard him and you drop a play to make a bomb for DJ Chark, who hasn't been healthy, who hasn't made any type of impact on that offense this season at all, for a 3rd and 1. That just didn't make sense to me. I just didn't understand it. And Dan Campbell has to know, going forward in this game, you have to know when and when not to go for it on 4th down. Yeah, you got a few 4th downs today, but against other teams, that would define coaching careers.
It looks like we lost Jay. I mean, to Dan Campbell's credit, they were 3 for 3 on 4th down today. So you can't get much better than 3 for 3 on 4th down. It's better than the 0 for 6 day they had against the Patriots. But, I mean, it was the 3rd down play. Why was airing it out even an option unless Josh Reynolds was wide open? 248-539-9797. How about we go to Murray in Clinton Township? You're 97 on the ticket.
Happy Thanksgiving, Chappie.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Thank you. The Lions had timeouts, okay? You're coming down to a game-winning kick with 5 seconds left in the game. Why didn't you try to ice the kicker by calling timeout? I would have called, if I had 3 timeouts, I would have iced them three times. Why didn't the Lions do that?
Well, I think you're only allowed to use 1 timeout. You're not allowed to use all of them in a row. But, I mean, you're right. The Buffalo Bills called the timeout to give their kicker some time, and there was an opportunity. It's standard procedure to try to ice the kicker, and it's not like you're going to take the timeouts with you. But today, Dan Campbell was clutching on to those timeouts as if he could convert them into money to deal with the inflation crisis after the game. Like, I don't know why he wasn't expending them. So I think that's the biggest issue with Dan Campbell today, but it's another thing that you could point to for a reason to be frustrated with him.
Well, moral victories, they can have that.
But, you're not taking this as a moral victory?
Maybe somebody else might think so, but a loss is a loss.
Pull over a little further.
You know, they still got time though. They still got time. So maybe they can run off the last 7 games and
pulling into our driveway right now.
Sneak in and not go in at all. So we'll see.
I appreciate it. Obviously, most fans would say I'd rather have them run off into the last 6 games and get to the playoffs. But